let's unpack what is Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework. The Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework is a comprehensive guide designed to help organizations adopt cloud technologies in a structured, efficient, and effective manner. It provides best practices, documentation, and tools to help businesses create and implement a cloud strategy tailored to their specific needs. The tools it includes help you shape your technology, business, and people strategies to achieve the best business outcomes possible through your cloud adoption effort. Although the cloud offers tremendous design choice flexibility, your organization needs a proven and consistent methodology for adopting cloud technologies to ensure success. The Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework meets that need and will help you guide your decisions throughout cloud adoption journey. The cloud adoption framework will help decision makers align strategies for businesses, culture, and technical change to achieve desired business outcomes. Another important thing to note here is though we are referring this framework as Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework, it is cloud agnostics and you can still use it for your multi-cloud adoption. A cloud architect acts as a thought leader and facilitator who need to play a role uniting various stakeholders. Cloud adoption framework aims to support decision making and enables cloud architects to engage in meaningful discussions with the appropriate stakeholders within organization. I personally feel that effective business transformation through cloud adoption depends on the cloud architect role in steering decisions across the organization and IT. The cloud adoption framework consists of 9 different methodologies such as shown on the screen, and cloud architect will be the person directly running cloud adoption journey. In the strategy phase, cloud architects will understand the motivations for adopting the cloud such as cost savings, scalability, innovation, and agility. They will identify the desired business outcomes and how they align with the organization's goals. They will develop a business case that quantifies the value of cloud adoption, including cost benefit analysis. They will then identify key stakeholders and first adapters who will champion the cloud adoption process. In the plan phase, cloud architect will collect inventory of existing digital assets to understand what will be migrated or transformed. They will align organizational structure and culture to support cloud adoption. They will identify skill gaps and create a training plan to upskill the workforce. They will also develop a detailed roadmap for cloud adoption, including timelines, resources, and key milestones. In the ready phase, cloud architect will establish the foundational infrastructure in Azure, including networking, identity, and access management. They will create landing zones, which are environments designed to host workloads in the cloud, which will ensure security, governance, and compliance. They will also implement monitoring, management, and operational best practices to ensure the environment is maintainable. In adopt phase, cloud architect will execute migration strategies for moving workloads to Azure, which may include rehosting, refactoring, and re-architecting applications. They will leverage Azure services to innovate and develop new solutions, which can utilize modern architecture such as microservices and serverless computing. They will also develop new cloud native or hybrid solutions. In secure phase, this is where you as a cybersecurity architect will improve security over time. You may assess risk, enhance business resilience, and plan to protect assets. In managed phase, cloud architect will set up operations management practices including monitoring, logging, and incident response. They will plan for disaster recovery and business continuity to minimize downtime and data loss. They will also implement cost management practices to monitor and optimize cloud spending. In govern phase, cloud architect will implement governance policies to ensure compliance with industry standards and regulatory requirements. They will establish security controls to protect data and applications in the cloud. They will also ensure consistent management and operations across all cloud resources. Though you as a cybersecurity architect directly not responsible for all the phases in the cloud adoption journey, you need to know the various phases through which adoption journey goes and plug in your security approaches and solution as deemed fit. Now let's get on the Microsoft Learn and just scan through what you can see as part of the documentation provided by Microsoft. Now here there is a lot more guidance available for you to consume and practice, right? You can see that those 9 phases, there is a very specific documentation available for each phase, you know. And there are few like scenarios based on your use cases, right? You can refer and basically seek some guidance as you get through the scenarios, right? So let's see what is there in these cloud adoption scenarios. That's okay, that's the component. Like yeah, take a look here. Scenarios to support your cloud adoption journey. Now you can see that there are number of scenarios which might be applicable in your case, right? Um, let's get on few of them. What is there, so that we know what exactly to refer. Now here, if you look at, on the Azure VMware solution, good thing is that there is a lot more reference, material available for you, such as maybe I think the reference architecture. So if you go there on a reference architecture, you can see here maybe I think let's type VMware in this particular window and let's see what we get. Now there are few reference architecture available for you, when you have a Azure VMware solution, right? Now you can click on that and you get a better understanding. It says how that management group structure looks like, how the landing zone looks like, right? And important thing is that you also get a video file. So sometimes you can just download the video file and do the minor update in that particular design based on your organizational structure around maybe landing zone design or something like that, right? But most of the time landing zone, I think, design structure is almost same in all the use cases. That's what I feel. But this is how you can get that one, right? So let's close this one. All right, so let's go to the other one. What do we see? Let's take a look on the AVD. What do we see in the AVD? Similar thing, you can see that there is a lot more, I think, information to consume, and also there is the reference architecture as well. In this case also, you can get there and have a look how that reference architecture looks like, particularly from the landing zone perspective. This is a landing zone and here is the AVD landing zone subscriptions, right? So you get a good idea here, such as there are session host, right, for personal and pooled, and then there is a DDoS protection that is applied on both of them. And for profile management, there is a FS Logic solution, which is hosted on the storage account, and both these session hosts can see that particular FS Logic solution, right, sitting in the storage account. Basically the profile management solution for the AVD, right? That is how you can consume some kind of guidance coming out of this, so that it is very useful for you to work on the design pattern, which is much more palatable in your situation, right? Likewise, you can basically take a look here, tools and templates. I think this is going to be much more interesting to you if you are on a cloud adoption journey in the organization, because here Microsoft started giving you some kind of template now for each phase that is there in the cloud adoption framework. And personally I feel that this template are very useful when you are in the strategy planning or different phases of that cloud adoption framework. You actually know how to seek the guidance and consume in your organization actually. So that's where I personally feel that it's really useful. The more you get to the detail, the more you understand, right? So you will know that some kind of guidance is there, and when you consume that guidance, you know that it's a kind of like a best practice suggested by Microsoft, right? So those kind of things comes out of this actually. So my suggestion would be spend some time, make yourself aware on the things that is there posted on the cloud adoption framework actually. That is what I just wanted to highlight, so that where to look for the information, because what we covering as part of the slide is very minimal. We only talking around the various pages, but this particular thing will help you where to get the more information. around cloud adoption framework, and then for each phase, just go hit on the phase and try to see what are the different things basically covered under that particular phase, right? Definitely there are a lot of good things you will come to know, um, and then you can create your own strategy around that particular the phase and the adoption journey. That's all pretty much in this particular session.